Happy This is Real Life Thursday, everybody. If you're new here, I'm Gervais, the founder of Shiny Happy Human and a certified life coach for mamas. And today, we're going to talk about self-care as a mindset. And I know, we've talked about it before, but I just gave a presentation today to some working moms here in Charleston. And I was like, why don't I just share this with everybody? Because this was part of my presentation. And as you know, if you've been in this area, of the Shiny Happy Human internet area before, I think of self-care, radical self-care, as not only crucial to happiness as a mom, but also it's a mindset. It's more than just the act of getting a pedicure, right? It's the thought behind the act of getting the pedicure that I deserve, it's okay, I don't feel guilty, I accept this time for myself. Mindset. So without further ado, today we're going to go over 10 new ways for you to take care of yourself. For those of you who are just scrambling and are like, I don't know. So, 1, be gentle with yourself. That means when you wake up in the morning and you're having kind of like a hard human moment, instead of spiraling down into, I suck, I should pick myself out of this and think positive and whatever, just be gentle with yourself and ask yourself, what do I need right now? Maybe just to be gentle with myself and to take it a little bit easier today, right? So this is something we just don't even think about as moms. But meanwhile, if our child woke up and had a bad day and was like, Mom, I need you, I feel sad today, or whatever it was, we would let them. We would be so gentle with them. So treat yourself the way you would want, somebody to treat your child, or the way you would treat your child if they were having kind of like just a yucky day. 2, call a friend. This is something I started doing much more intentionally in the past year and thinking of it as self-care. Like when I am scrambling a little bit and feeling like disconnected from myself, I call a girlfriend and I have a great talk with her, and I make sure that I use the time that she's at school to call a girlfriend, or that when she's sleeping, when I should be sleeping, or whatever, the time that you think you don't have, that's the time you use to call a friend that knows you really well, that you love, that loves you back, and just have a real conversation with them, and not like a crazy conversation while your kid's like pooping on the potty and another one's in the bath and dinner's on the stove. That's not a conversation. That's nice for just confirming details of when you're going to see somebody, not for actually catching up. So 2, call a friend. 3, quality time with your partner. I think we put so much pressure on ourselves to go on a date. And while that's amazing, if you can do that, do it. Go on a date. But if you can't, logistically, whatever, think about the time that you have with your partner in your house, and if you're being intentional about that time. The other night, my husband and I were feeling a little bit like not super connected, and I was just like, I'm so tired, I just am going to watch something mindless for 30 minutes before I go to bed. And then he was like, well, why don't we play a game? And I was like, that is such a better idea, because we started playing this game and then we were laughing, crying, and just feeling so much more connected than if I had just been zoning out watching TV. And we think that we don't have the energy, right? But there are different ways that you can have quality time with your partner. And the thing is, you're doing that as an act of self-care. You're connecting with your partner because it's going to make you feel better in the end. So think of it in your mind as self-care. 4, support from a coach. Hi, I'm Gervais, a life coach for moms. I'm a coach. I'm here to support you. Help me help you, right? So I think having a neutral person in your life who's not your mom, who's not your best friend, who's not your coworker, to help talk you through this transition and this new phase and where you're feeling stuck and what you're struggling with and why you feel like crap all the time, that's really, really valuable. I have a coach, and everybody I know who's thriving and growing has somebody in their corner. So if you're interested in having me be the person in your corner, send me a message. I would love to hear from you. 5, 4, get support from a coach. I'm looking at my notes. 5, ask for help. And this could be super basic. This could be at the grocery store when you're leaving and you're super pregnant and you've got a cart full of groceries and a kid on your hip, and they say, can I help you out with that? And you say, no, I got it. What's wrong with us? Say, yes, I would love it if you help me, and let them help you. So this is just the practice of asking for help, receiving help, accepting help. 6, this is one of my favorites. Say no to a commitment that you don't want to do. Just say no. Somebody asks you to go out for drinks, you don't want to do it? Just say no. Somebody asks you to volunteer, you don't want to do it? Say no. Somebody asks you if they can pick your brain, whatever it is. They ask you to babysit, they ask you to help out at school. If you don't want to do it, just say no, because that is self-care of the mind, body, and soul to preserve your sanity, because every time you say no to something, you're saying yes to something else, which is usually you're saying yes to yourself and your own time and space. And you'll say yes to that other thing when you have more time to give, right? When your cup is full. 7 is do something fun with your kids. So I think we put so much pressure on ourselves to always be engaged with our kids and like get down on the floor and play with them and make the most of this time, but really like you're not in it when you're stressed out and overwhelmed and you're just doing it because you feel guilty, right? So get the stuff done that you need to get done, but when you're really feeling like you need to, take care of yourself, think of this as a great gift that you have. You have children at your disposal, these amazing like miracles that you can use to fill up your gas tank. Seeing the world through a child's eyes is so healing and just always makes me feel refreshed and happy when I let myself just be in that place. So it has to be super intentional. Like, I'm feeling kind of down today. I'm going to go get some snuggles from my kid and read for 30 minutes. And with that intention, that's self-care. And it's self-care that really some women would kill, maybe not die, but like maybe kill. I don't know. A lot of women would love to have, beautiful, happy, healthy children around to help them fill up and light themselves up. And it's a gift that we have, so we can use it that way. 8, create space for nothing. So whether that's just, a standing night a week where you have a babysitter and you go to the gym or have a girls' night or whatever, or whatever, create space. And if you think you have no space, I totally get it. And also, how can we find some, right? Because it's just a matter of priorities, and creating space, if that's a way that's a way to give you some holistic self-care, it's super, super, super important. So create space for nothing. And even just the concept, like I think women don't even think of filling space with nothing. They're like, what? I can't do that. I got too much shit to do. I'm too busy. I'm too stressed. You don't understand. And it's like, but what if you set the intention that I'm going to make time for nothing? Crazy. 9, dress sexy just because it makes you feel good. And I'm not talking about all the time, because don't get me wrong, I'm in my yoga pants every day. But not today, because I had this presentation, and it's really surprising. Like when you put on makeup and you put on normal clothes, it affects your mood. It makes you feel good. And that's self-care of the mind, body, and soul, because you just are like, you got a little extra pep in your step, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to feel good about how you look. That's important. And it's also a great lesson to teach your children. Again, I'm not saying take so much pride in how you look that you never let yourself just relax. That's not the point. But the point is, if you are on the other end of the spectrum and you never let yourself dress up or go shopping for something nice, this is for you, girlfriend. And lastly, number 10, do whatever the hell you actually want to do and see what happens. Because I think, probably there's something here that I haven't covered that your heart is like aching to do, but you just won't give yourself permission to do it because you think if you do this thing, the world will implode. If you take this trip, if you make this date, if you take this class, if you work with this coach, like whatever it is, you just think if you do this thing, everything else will fall apart. And it's a great practice to actually do the thing and then remember to reflect and look back and realize that the world did not explode when you stepped off the hamster wheel. So whatever that thing is that would really make you happy, that you are like hungering for, do that thing to take care of yourself and fill your gas tank back up. And remember to celebrate when you realize that the world kept spinning and you actually feel better. And now you have the energy to tackle mom life again the next day. So that's it. That was a lot of stuff. That was 10 tips. Hope that was helpful. I know it was helpful for the women today. And also, I am launching a new program. I'm really excited about it. And I'm looking for some people for feedback to make sure that this program is like as epic and awesome for you guys as it possibly can be. So I'm offering like feedback truth chats, right? So for 10 minutes of your time and marketing insight, I will coach you on one topic of your choosing, and we'll just jam super fast. It's like a 30-minute phone call. So I'm going to put the link below. I would love your time, and I'd love to just connect with you. It's just been a great way to meet some new mamas. But yeah, if that's something that you are interested in, link is below. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being an awesome, beautifully messy mommy. And until next time.